The leaks for chapter 356 are actually insane. In this video, we see England letting out all that they have and going on the counter against Blue Lock, but I know you guys don't like being spoiled, so you will have to wait to know more. However, trust me, the ending after that is just insane. But so as not to waste any time, let's get right into it. Alright, so chapter 356 is also called 7-Colored Night. It starts off with us getting thrown right back into the action as the match continues with Teddy coldly obeying Fox's command, declaring that they will turn one into infinity, which is to say I haven't really come to a conclusion about whether I think it sounds cold or not, as it's cool but corny at the same time. Anyway, after Teddy, we have Isagi, who we can see is just watching him in sheer confusion. Isagi starts to sweat as he wonders what the egoless player is blabbering about, admitting that it's almost like a spell. Isagi then seems to take a quick peek over at the England bench. As he looks at them, he starts to wonder if they can truly be beaten by a team of mere puppets, acting without any ego, which I'm sure his saying that will for sure come back to bite him when he realizes their true power. I'm unsure whether we are still in Isagi's head or not, but he thinks that the secret to England's absolute coordination is quickly revealed. Fox is actively directing the team, using hand signs from the sidelines to instantly switch them between offense and defense. Now that's really interesting. Obviously that's what coaches do in real life as well. But when thinking about it, I don't know if I can think of a time where ego has done that to the Blue Lock team, but at the same time their philosophies are entirely different, so I'm not extremely surprised that ego hasn't done that. Back to the main star, boy Isagi, who is in shock as he realizes that the English players are flexibly adapting their entire playstyle in real time, exactly according to the coach's instructions. England executes a flawless passing sequence, with Agi calling for a 1-2 play alongside Achampong and Skeleton. Now I beg to God that Skeleton isn't his real name. There's absolutely no way that I can believe that the authors named someone Skeleton. Like, that's so bad. Just give him a regular name at that point, because that can't be right. Anyway, let's head back, as we see Yukimiya, who attempts to press them, but the English players easily evade him with a perfectly timed early cross. The ball finds its way to Chilos, not to Childs, by the way. Just to clear it up, I have no idea who writes these summaries. It's just what I have access to, but yeah, he is smoking on something once again. Anyway, it sounds like Chilos actually is a baller, as he unleashes a shot towards the goal. Isagi, who seems to be eyeing this down pretty intensely, says that the play is simple, but highly annoying, designed to counterattack utilizing post-play and Agi's technique. However, Aiku makes a brilliant defensive read, jumping in to execute a perfect block and save the goal. As the loose ball spills out, Karasu immediately moves in to claim it. Analyzing the flow of the game, Isagi realizes that England's philosophy is the exact opposite of Blue Lock's aesthetic. Isagi then gets right into it, as he explains that instead of individual egos clashing to cause chemical reactions, the 11 players on the pitch exist purely to embody the coach's 0-1 philosophy at over 100% capacity. Before Karasu can secure the ball, England's center midfielder, called Niang, swiftly intercepts him, refusing to let Japan take control. England quickly recycles the ball, aiming it back toward Agi. Isagi reads the play perfectly, realizing that they are executing a low-risk, highly rational trap, an infinite loop of the same attack. But don't you worry, as it seems like Isagi successfully intercepts the pass, mocking the egoless army for only being able to repeat the same pattern. However, sadly, just then, as Isagi thinks that he is the GOAT and that he has control, we then see Teddy, who just suddenly appears and steals the ball right back with a sharp cut-in. Teddy coldly corrects Isagi's assumptions, stating that their attacks actually possess an infinite variety of types, which, like, no joke, sounds extremely dope. With that, Teddy gets right into it as he starts the new starting point with his own movements. England's entire formation flawlessly shifts around him. Following Fox's commands like a perfect puppet, Teddy unleashes an unstoppable dribble. Now that right there, I just know for a fact, is going to look insane, so I can't wait to see it in tomorrow's official chapter. Now Isagi, after getting done over, is completely overwhelmed by the sheer variety of his movements, panicking that he can't catch him. Teddy doesn't seem to really mind Isagi at all, as he instead just keeps on going, then brutally slices through the Blue Lock defense, showing exactly why he holds the terrifying alias of the 7-Colored Night. Now that right there, I'm unsure whether that is his true nickname or not, but that one I'm also unsure about. I wouldn't exactly call that a terrifying alias, but who knows, there might be something deeper to it than what meets the surface. But honestly, let's leave me for a tiny bit, and head back to the main attraction for today, who seems to be Teddy, as he continues to go crazy, as we see him easily breaking through and preparing to go for a shot. Isagi, who is still on the side, completely in shock by Teddy, can't do anything but just watch him destroy his team. He feels a strange feeling. He feels deeply unnerved as he starts to wonder how a player with absolutely no ego can be this overwhelmingly strong. But while Isagi is left in shock, I do have some tragic news, or maybe good news depending on which side you are on. However, we start to hear the stadium erupt in screams. Teddy's name is called as his unstoppable shot brutally pierces the back of the net, securing a flawless goal for England, which I don't want to be that guy for, but I did say in my leak video from last week that I wouldn't mind England scoring the first goal, and I'm staying true to that as it sounds like this goal was an insane goal. We then head to the announcers, who roar in absolute hype, officially crowning the moment as the new Gen World 11 Teddy Knight. Now I'm unsure what they mean by crowning the moment, as that's just what he is, but I do somewhat understand what they are going for. Even then, let's leave them for a bit as we head back to the pitch, where amidst the massive goal announcement, we see Teddy, who is maintaining his chilling and emotionless composure, which, yeah, is the basic for new Gen 11s. Anyway, he starts to raise his hands to form a mechanical framing gesture over his eyes. Now don't mind whatever that said, as basically he just holds his fingers up with doing a 1 with his finger. Meanwhile, his other hand has a 0. Isagi is still looking at Teddy, and he is left completely paralyzed, sweat pouring down his face as he stares in absolute horror at the English winger. He thinks in his head that this guy is not in the Blue Lock dictionary. Because of that, he seems to be deeply shaken by the existence of a player who completely defies everything their ego-driven philosophy stands for. Now right here, I just have to come and say that I really like the start to this match, and the comparison between the two teams. To have Blue Lock, whose entire identity is ego, and then to have Teddy, who is a soulless mess, but who is defying the entire concept of ego, is so extremely dope. Now I do think that something along these lines will help the Blue Lock team realize something like that. You can be extremely good without having an ego, which is what it sounds like Isagi has realized now. But I do think that it will somehow get their brains spinning just a tiny bit more for them to then unlock what is necessary to then win and conquer this match. Anyway, back to the text, as it says that the narration officially dubs the egoless monster an unknown new species, highlighting the unprecedented threat of a player who possesses absolutely no ego, yet is still overwhelmingly strong. We then sadly see the chapter concluding with the teaser for the next chapter, which is going to be called Double Wing. Now, Double Wing sounds really awesome, and if it doesn't have anything to do with both Zantetsu and Yukimiya, who are on the wings for Blue Lock, then I will probably lose it, as it's the perfect moment and title for Blue Lock to then showcase them and have them show off what they are able to do together on the wings. However, sadly, I will have to let you guys know that there seems to be a break next week, and that Blue Lock will once again go on a 1-week break. The reason seems to be unclear at the moment, but whatever it is, either way, we just have to respect it and wait for them to come back. Now let's talk about this chapter. Like I previously said, I don't mind England getting the first goal. I would have ideally wanted it to be Aggie since, well, he is the main striker, but having Teddy get the goal is the next best thing after all, so I can't complain. Also, I do think that this will once again be like a match where we only get a max of 3 important players from the England team, those probably being Aggie, Teddy, and some random person. But personally, I do enjoy when there aren't too many on the enemy team to care for, which I know is an unpopular opinion, but I mean, we have 11 players on our side to care for first. Anyway, let's stick to the topic now. Teddy getting the goal was dope, and personally I feel like Blue Lock will be pretty quick to then counter with their own goal, since I think that this game will have a ton of goals in it, to be honest. But yeah, this chapter was really dope and cool, but let me know what your favorite moment of this chapter was, and how you feel about Teddy's goal, and if you are happy or not. Anyway, if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you are at it, leave a comment and a like. Also, if you can, hype the video down below, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video that will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.